deer were moving right away. As soon as my Nikon binocular could pick up light, I could see deer. A buck here, a buck on the hill, some does running there. And within a matter of minutes, right at shooting light, a nice buck come cruising through the weeds. All I could see was the top of his antlers, but he looked good enough to give him a call to see if he'd come on over and let me judge him just a little bit closer. And this buck came just like I'd thrown a lure out to him and was reeling him in. He come plodding straight to the call. And I didn't even know it, but I caught the attention of one of his buddies back further in the grass. He was just a little bit smaller, and he surprised me when he came out of the grass. But at the end, I decided that neither one was quite what I was looking for yet. It's a perfect morning for calling. It's clear, calm, crisp. We had horrible winds yesterday, but we still managed to rattle in that big buck and another buck. But this morning is just perfect. That just proved it. Those bucks come from a little over 100 yards away, right to me on 2 grunts. That's all it took to get their attention. I'm gonna hold out just one more day before I start hunting for the freezer. We'll still hunt a little bit for some antlers right now. Whew, the rut's going, and these deer are really on fire right now. Now this year, I had a chance to come back to western South Dakota, and western South Dakota is my all-time favorite hunting place. It's just something about the big open draws, the brushy ravines, and the cottonwood river bottoms that drive me nutty. And I like to get in there and go after those whitetails with a combination of tactics: spot and stalk, calling, and even taking a stand from time to time to see if a whitetail's gonna come out and nip a little alfalfa. We've been sitting down in the fields all morning, hoping some whitetails would come by. Our hopes came true. They came right into the grunt calls right at sunrise. Now we're gonna look over into the river bottom from up top. This is one of my favorite tactics, is to get up high, look down into the river bottom. It's something you can do anywhere, even in timber. If you find some ravine where you can look from the top of the ridge right down. But it's midday. It's a good time to be hunting. Too many people don't hunt at midday, and I got nothing else to do except hunt. Sighting in, hey, it's super fun. But it can also be a little difficult at times. What you need to look for is a good, solid bullet. Most of today's bullets have a polymer tip on them. That's what people used to call the old plastic tip. Now what does that do? That gives you a better ballistic coefficient. Or it simply means that it cuts through the air better, gives you a flatter trajectory. And that's what we're all looking for in our rifles today. A flat shooting rifle that can take on most yardages without compensating up and down on your reticle. In addition to a bullet that has superior ballistic coefficient, you also want a bullet that has great terminal performance. And again, you might be asking, what's that? Well, that's just simply a bullet that is structured and will hold together well when it hits game. And the important part about this is you want to retain weight of your bullet. You want it to expand, but retain at least 90, if not 95% or more of its original weight. And that's what these SST or GMX bullets will do. So what you're looking for is a bullet that when it hits big game, big bones, a tough hide, and a lot of meat, it holds together well, puts that animal right down. So you don't have a long tracking job. In fact, you can go right from the shot straight to field dressing.